as you call that, radio, TV, live from Glasgow, and we're about to go live to Detroit to speak to Bronze Nazareth and Apollo Brown. Have got an incredible new album called Funeral for a Dream. Just before we start, it was just announced today that my project, Jackal Trays, will be supporting obituary at Slay Glasgow on Saturday, the 11th of October. So a wee shout out to that. There'll be a wee ticket link in the comments. Come along, it should be a good night. Shouts to Hip Hop Scotland for making things happen. And here we go. We've got the album artwork here. We want to send you to escapismrecordings.com to check out this incredible album. Bronze Nazareth and Apollo Brown started off in the Grand Rapids of Michigan. They lived in the same neighborhood. They went their own paths and had amazing success individually. And now, finally, they've got together to create a masterpiece that is Funeral for a Dream. And I'm just going to bring them on just now. We've got Apollo Brown in the house. We got Bronze Nazareth in the house as well.
Yeah. What's the word, man?
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for having us, man.
Yeah, very much.
It's an honor. It's an honor. And also, I've listened to the album 3 times now, so I'm still getting right into it. And in fact, shout outs to my Uber driver, Wes. I just came here in an Uber. And Wes said, "What you up to?" And he's heard of yous before, so he's going to be listening to the interview. He put on the album, and he was vibing with it. So shout outs to Wes, the Uber driver, who's probably listening to this in the car right now. And the first thing that shout outs Wes. The first thing that struck me is, as you can see, I've got a T-shirt on just now. Dreams Are Mental, which is one of my projects. Gyro Babies has got an album out, and there's a bit of serendipity to the concept because it's a completely different album. It's more post-punk or guitar music sort of thing. But we started with the piano and the sample, the spoken word sample, and it's just then we go completely different directions, of course. But yeah, I just want to talk about the concept of the album and how it all came together.
I mean, just like the intro says, man, the death of a dream is the best funeral, man. Just like that title, the title of the album, Funeral for a Dream, man. It's really accomplishing something and something that you've always dreamed of, something that you've always wanted to get done, man, and it coming to fruition finally, and you getting it done, and then now you can lay it to rest, man. Now you can put it 6 feet deep, man. So this is the funeral for a dream, man. Me and Bronze, we came up together. We've known each other our whole lives, man, and it's just a long time coming for us to get together and make an album, man. So we did, and made it happen and made this quick classic.
Yeah, yes, sir. Like this, we always been big on chasing our dreams. So like we started this music shit very, very young, and so it had always been a dream. And of course, once we evolved into making our own stuff, the dream became, let's make something together. We always had like different groups and shit like that coming up. So, finally, it's the one-on-one right here. You know what I mean?
So did you ever work together at all in the early days, or is this literally the first time?
No, we've definitely worked together. We've done different things under different names. Like you said, different group stuff. Yeah. We've done stuff together, early on, man. And, but nothing that was like, solidified in this hip hop industry, man, like it is now. So we wanted to just be able to get together, man, and really, carve out an album, carve out a body of work, man, that's going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, it's just a case of the stars aligned and you were both available.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, perfect.
Bronze is a busy guy. I'm a busy guy, man. For us to kind of find that window of opportunity to come together and make an album, man, that's a dream within itself.
Right. And both being independent and all too. So like, we got the freedom to do whatever we want at this point. So
absolutely.
Why not?
So who was first? Can you remember the first song that you both listened to together, or you both worked on together, or was it? Did you start at the exact same time, or did one of you start chasing your dream first, or?
Oh man, no. Bronze got off the porch first before I did, man. You know, we were both obviously making music and producing and making beats, and you know, I wasn't really rapping much, man. I rapped a little bit, but you know, no. Bronze was the first person out of our whole group, out of our whole kind of, you know, posse, to jump off the porch, man, and you know, do his thing, man. I'll let him tell you about that.
Yeah,
Go for it.
you know, we like I said, we started really getting serious, making beats and doing songs and hitting studios in high school, and so you know, everybody knows the story, man. I ended up running into Silver Rings online. He liked my beats. At some point, he was like, "Yo, I got to get you to RZA," and so that was around 2002 when I signed with RZA, and then you know, just I've been family from that point. So yeah, I was the first one to go on and uh, you know, get my name out there and you know, put work out officially. You know what I'm saying? So and at that point, it was everybody come on too. You know,
And what age were you when you met RZA and the rest of the Wu-Tang and stuff like that?
say that again.
What age were you when you signed with RZA and Wu-Tang and started meeting the Wu-Tang and stuff like that?
Probably 99. So I was 20.
That's crazy, man.
I was 20. Yeah, yeah.
So, and could you that must have been really bizarre, just being that young and then just sort of connecting with, because obviously we're talking 1999, Wu-Tang were already internationally successful.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was like, yo, I made it, but like at the same time, after you know, after the celebration, the hypeness and all that, it's like, okay, now what? I'm doing a song here, doing a song there, until I realized, you know, it really don't matter who co-sign you, what pub you got or whatever, you got to do the work. And so, you know, I knew that my work ethic would be the thing to push me further, besides just getting the cosign. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was beautiful. I learned a lot. But the most thing I learned was, yo, you got to do the work, walk your dogs on your own, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously Apollo Brown, you know, internationally renowned beat maker. Everyone knows your beats. Everyone loves your beats in Scotland. What was the turning point for yourself? When did you start really feeling like you were getting somewhere?
Yeah, I didn't really jump off the porch till probably about 5 years later, man. So 2007 is when I really kind of started doing things and letting people and letting the world know that I make music. So, you know, 10 years prior to that, man, I was just really a bedroom beat maker, as you know, what you would call it. You know, somebody who just sits in the bedroom or sits in the basement, makes beats, man, and you know, just kind of for self. And you know, doing that for so long, man, you kind of hone your craft, and you know, you sharpen your sword, man. And by the time I was ready to kind of come out, I was somewhat decent, man. And you know, that was about 2007 is when I kind of let the world know that you know, I do what I do. So but yeah, man, it was, you know, those were good times, man. And those were times where, you know, they were didn't have to worry about as much, man. You can have fun making beats, man. And you can, you know, really, really enjoy the process, man. And it was a lot less business back then and a lot less behind the scenes, man. So it was almost like being a kid and not having to worry about the responsibilities of life, man. But, you know, things are a lot different these days.
Well, it's I heard that you said in another interview that it's effortless. It sounds effortless, the beat making that you're doing. No, sorry. So what was it? On a previous interview, you said that you kept some of the joints from back in the day to bring to life on this album. Obviously, you said that you had to put some extra work in. Is that true? Is that correct? Is there some beats on this that started years ago?
Yeah. There's one beat in particular on this album that I started probably 25 years ago, man, and it had to be on this album because chances are I would 99%. Bronze was in the room with me when I started making the album, or started making the beat. So it just made sense to put that beat on this album, especially it's been updated and it's obviously it's not something that was completely made back in the day, but it started back then, and I probably made the beat 12 times over the years, man, and it just was never right.
I definitely heard it in the room.
It was never right, man, until now. Like now is how it's supposed to be. It's how it's supposed to sound, and now it's come alive even further, man, with Bronze over it, splashing the lyrics over it, and now it's a song, and it's beautiful, man. The Quiet Years.
The Quiet Years I was actually going to say that's a standout track for me. So does that when you listen to a track from back then, Bronze, as you're putting the pen to pad, are you going in nostalgia mode? Are you remembering what it smells like, it sounds like, it looks like back in those days?
Yeah, definitely, man. Like music to me, it touches me and shit. So it's kind of like watching a scene flash before your eyes. So yeah, I remember the melody from before. I had new drums, new chops and shit, and so that was the first joint I wrote on the album. Like it was familiar, you know what I mean? So that's the first joint I wrote when we got to cooking. So yeah, man, it definitely took me on a little trip, man. You could feel it in the beat,
Just going back to what you said about the process when you're young and you're just having fun with the beats. So like when I listen to this album, it just sounds so effortless. But obviously, I'm aware how much hard work goes into making something sound so effortless. How much is it of this album was just the skills that you have mastered and honed over the years, and how much was it sort of just you had to get your hands dirty, you had to put in that graft to make it happen?
Making this album was easy, man. It was it's one of my most important albums of my career, man. But it was one of my easiest albums, probably the easiest album to make in my career, just because of who we are to each other. You know what I'm saying? We started this together. I know him, he knows me. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to get in the studio when both of the artists are like-minded and we have the same goal in mind, man. So. It was super easy to make this album. We could have made this album. I mean, it wasn't even. We should have did it a long time ago, but it's something that just comes natural, comes easy for us, especially together.
Definitely, he gave me the beats, and it was just like, just knocking them out one by one, man. And when you got beats, you feel that makes your pen work. So. I always run my rhymes, then I look through them the next day or so. One might take me 2 hours, one might take me 2 weeks, just because I want to get it right. But it was just really flowing because, like I say, we got a chemistry, man. I damn near know what the beat sequence is gonna be when he gives it to me, and he knows what rhymes, he knows the writing style I got, and like you said, man, it was easy, man. It was kind of like coasting, you know what I'm saying?
Do you have any friendly arguments over tunes?
Man, no. All we do is laugh, man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We don't. There's no reason to argue, man. We're too old for that shit, and life is good, man. There's no reason to argue.
Yeah,
exactly, man. We both grown, mature brothers, man, and we've been through this, that, and the other together. Yeah, it's no argument, man. It's just talking, No,
I mean, even if we, the thing was, this album was so easy to make. There was no disputes over what beat or what rhymes or anything like that. I mean, everything just flowed perfectly, man. It wasn't. That was it, man. It's no argument or no disagreements or anything, man.
Thanks.
And you are both in Detroit just now. We're just talking about that before it. So obviously I'm in Glasgow. Another win for the information superhighway. That's mad, isn't it? From Glasgow to Detroit. And I think from people that I know that have been to both cities, there's a similarity. Both cities are very creative and very cold, and also just a little bit not as our equivalent would be London, and your equivalent would be LA or New York or anything like that. So it's like the birth of the internet and the information superhighway, as we used to call it in the 90s. What the World Wide Web, as we used to call it. So has that made things a lot easier to have a successful career in Detroit without having to leave your home patch?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like there's no need to go to New York or LA anymore. Back in the day, you had to. Back in the day, I mean, Bronze definitely used to. But now with the internet, man, I mean, everything's virtual. The internet is New York and LA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you don't,
Right.
you can get discovered in the smallest village, in Pennsylvania or Montana, man. It doesn't really matter. You can reach out to just about anybody these days, man. So that's definitely a pro when it comes to the internet, and no need to travel if you don't want to.
Yeah,
and we're talking about the obviously escapismrecordings.com rather than Spotify or Bandcamp. We're wanting to send people there to get the physical copy. Can we talk a little bit about what the physical looks like and what people can expect if they
gotta have physicals, man. Gotta have physicals these days, man. Especially for our supporters. I came up in an era where physicals, vinyl especially, was very important, man. And obviously having CDs and cassette tapes as well. But you got to have physical for the supporters, man. I don't come from a digital world. I don't come from iTunes and streaming and stuff like that. All that stuff's new to us. Our supporters definitely got to have that physical, man. And a couple different variants and just to have every medium. So that's super important, man.
Yeah, man, the physical world is here, man, and fans, they know that supporting the artists, you can give them that physical purchase. It's more than I don't know how many streams. So always, man, if you can support the artist direct, that's the way to go. So
absolutely,
yeah, we got the gold, we got the white, and we got the black joint for the vinyl. Got the cassette, you know what I mean? So man, jump on those, man. Word.
Yeah, we just got 250 vinyl arrived yesterday, and there's something really cathartic about seeing your album arrive in the physical from an artist's point of view, and from a fan's point of view as well. When I purchase a vinyl, because when you just release something on the internet, it's gone.
Yeah,
it just feels like it's out there. It's gone.
No, we come from the era where we used to crack plastic, man, and look at the liner notes, man, and who produced what and who did the artwork, and you know what I'm saying? Like it was just, who are the feature MCs and who's this and who did what, and you're reading through it while you're listening to the album, man. And I miss those days. I think a lot of us miss those days, man. And definitely. You sort of get that with with today's physicals, man. Still, you can relive that.
And I used to love just the covers, man. When somebody had a dope cover, like if your cover can be as iconic or as classic as the actual music too, that's that's like Pink Floyd. That's big time, man. That's where you I think you separate yourself from just a musician. When everything in your package, including the artwork, is beautiful, is classic, that draws you into the physicals. And I know Apollo, I could probably speak for as well as myself. We're big on dope covers, man. Gotta have a fire cover, man. So,
yeah, that's it's part of it's real critical to. I want you to kind of know what the feeling of the music by looking at the cover, without even having to hear the single, man. You could look at the cover and be like, yeah, this shit's gonna be, this is it right here.
So can we talk about the cover a little bit? Can we talk about that work? Who did it?
It's a funeral procession.
Actual oil painting.
Actual oil painting. By my man Kip the Fog.
Shout out.
It's an oil painting front and back. And it was specifically for this album, man. So, it was commissioned and I had him do it specifically for this album. and it's a funeral procession, man. That's what this album is, man. And you know, funeral for a dream. There you go.
Yes, indeed.
It's a powerful album,
Real art.
and I wonder what's something that I'm always quite interested to talk about is perfectionism. At what point? I mean, I think it's the famous phrase: "A song is never finished; it is only abandoned." How do you get the balance right between making something really good, but also not getting stuck on small little details? And then, because obviously you probably know millions of producers who have some fire, they play it to you, and then they never release it. So how do you get the balance right between making good music but not being a perfectionist and not just holding on to it for too long?
I think both of us would consider ourselves perfectionists, man. But you know, there's a point where you got to release the music, man. You can't because if I harp on every little detail, man, I would never release the music. I'd still be working on my first album.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's just, you got to get it to a point where you love it, not necessarily. And you know, art isn't. It's
subjectable. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, the details and you know, nothing is perfect, man. You know, I listen to albums that I made over the years, man, and I'm like, damn, I wish I would have did something different with that or that snare, or you know, if I would have chopped this differently, whatever. But you can't really harp on that, man. You can't dwell on that. So you got to make the album. You got to love it. You know, that's definitely you know, something that you need to do. You got to love it, and then you got to put it out to the people, man, and hopefully they love it. But yeah, you can't sit there and be, you know, a super perfectionist, man. You'll never release the music.
Right. I agree. Like, I think along with being a perfectionist as a producer, I think I think it's a skill to know when the song is there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's another skill that you got to have to be able to discern. Like I could, like Wheel of Misfortune, bro. I could have wrote 6 verses on that joint. I was only supposed to do 2, but I wrote 3 because I couldn't stop, and you know what I'm saying. So, but having the skill to know when it's okay, it's there. That's enough. That's also a skill, man. As a producer, you should have. You should know. You know what I mean. So, and that's I think that's the struggle of the perfectionist right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, word up.
Yeah, or you end up working on a song and you make it worse. I've seen that happen before.
That definitely overproducing, man, is a thing, bro.
All day. Yep.
And with regards to going back to the lyric writing side of things, did you write fresh to the beats for this one, or did you have some lyrics already in your top pocket ready to go?
You say, do you have the beats ready, or
Sorry, I'm just saying. Sorry, I'm Scottish. Sometimes I talk too fast. I'll try again. You might have noticed. So I'm just saying that when obviously you're talking about writing to the beats. That did you write fresh to all the beats, or did you have some lyrics already stowed away in your top pocket, ready to go?
No, man. No, it was all fresh. Yeah, I got the beats. I don't really have like old rhymes that I fit to beats. I got mad old rhymes, but I don't like to fit them to beats. You know what I mean? I'd rather write to the beat. So yeah, all fresh, all new rhymes. Yeah. Probably took me about a month and a half to write them all.
So all the beats were ready.
Yeah.
The beats were ready. So you made the album, sent it over, and then you just wrote for a month.
I sent him the beats. I sent him the beats first, man. That's always the better way to do it, man. You know, especially when you're independent, man. Time is money, and we can't spend all that time in the studio, man. When we're paying for those blocks of time, man. And you know, it's always better. I feel as though when you're, you know, as an MC, you know, get them the beats ahead of time so they can write to them. You know, at least write to most of them, and you know, kind of formulate what they want, you know, on their own, and then we can get in the studio and record it. Yeah. You know, that way we don't waste a lot of time in the studio, man. We can get in there, get it, you know, get the work done, and get out of there.
Yep.
And it was quite an instant. You just started. You said that your pen was strong to those beats. You just the lyrics were flowing.
Oh yeah, man. You know, the beats made my pen glide, man. Like it's mostly here to tell you too. It's mostly about feeling for us for the beats.
Mm-hmm.
And so every beat had a feeling. I knew where to go with it. So no, it really wasn't a struggle to figure out what to write to them. And you know, once kind of with me, once I know what I'm writing about, once I know kind of the subject I'm going for, the verses come. So no, it was real smooth, man. Easy glide, and then right to the studio, transfer it to the mic, and I think I think we did 3 days in the lab just to record it. That's it, man. You know, it was like maxed out both 2 days, and then had time left at the end. So it was super smooth, man. Ready to roll.
Where did you record it?
We recorded at Mix Factory 1.
Yeah.
Mix Factory.
Yep, Mix Factory 1. My man DJ DDT.
Amazing. And have you performed any of this album live yet?
Not yet, man. We actually got a show with Boldy James November 29th, man, in Brooklyn. Yeah. That's coming up, man. That'll be the first one, man. And then you know, we're gonna try to put together some runs.
Yes, sir.
And what's going on in the United States of America just now?
What's not going on? Man,
I heard Donald Trump's actually like James Bond or something now. And he was like, they're trying to say that he was working for the FBI all along.
Man,
yeah. I don't really, I can't really call it, man. It's wild out here. It's kind of like never seen this type of shit before. So
yeah,
I really don't know what to make of it, man.
A lot of clown activity going on right now, man.
It's real wild, man. It's wild. It's getting Jim Crow-y a little bit out here, man. And I don't know, man. I don't know where we head.
Yeah. Well, the UK is certainly not faring much better just now anyway, but shouts to Epimu who's in just now saying thanks Mark, great to see Pablo Brown and Bronze Nazareth. Listened to a lot of their work on mellow music for a number of years. So yeah, it shows. So this is a totally independent release though just now. So is it on your own? Is this your own record label? Sorry for escapism.
Yeah, man. I kind of went out on my own, man, and started Escapism Recordings, man. So that coupled with Black Day in July, man, that's the 50-50 with this album right now. But yeah, I have my own private label called Escapism, that'll house, all Apollo Brown produced works, from here on out.
Amazing. And so there we go. So I was just having a look at the vinyl for anyone you maybe listened. If you listen to the audio podcast, we're just looking at you got the white, the gold, the black, look amazing. Then the cassettes are back as well.
Cassettes, man, yeah, man.
And then there's the elevator music as well on there. So have you got? Is there anyone else on the label just now? Are you got anyone?
No, man, just me, man. I'm not signing anybody or anything like that, man. It's really just a vehicle, man, to get my my music from point A to point B, man. It's not really for anybody else. It's just a private label. So
just in case anyone was about to send you their demo, stop.
No, send it to Bronze, man. Send it to Bronze, man. Black Day in July. Get on that, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll take the demo, man. We'll check it out.
Yeah, you take the demo. Yeah. Tell me about what you're working on just now, Bronze.
We just put out one of my artists from my label, Salute the Kid. Album's called Time Heals All Wounds. So, the label's working that. Black Day in July. We've been in motion since 2006. So. We just kind of been building our roster. A lot of the wise men are on there that were part of that group. And so, it's kind of the same with Apollo. It's for our own releases and, and collab projects. So, but yeah, we'll take a few demos, man, and I'll run them by Apollo's ear as well.
Yeah. And who would you, is there any, what are you listening to just now? Is there any music, whether it's underground or more mainstream, is there what's been the songs or the albums of this year that's got you fired up and inspired?
Man, I've been listening to that new Exhibit a lot.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of it's been in my shit for a little while.
Yeah, I like the Alchemist Freddie Gibbs joint a lot. Like I like the first one. That's my shit. I'm big fan of Alchemist. Yeah, man. Bodie James.
I've been listening to a lot of Flea Lord, a lot of Ito.
Yep. So
yeah, man.
You know that vein. You know the vein we in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Alchemist is playing Glasgow. In fact, when is that? That's coming. He's going to be soon. Hold on, Alchemist Glasgow. I've got that in my diary somewhere. Yeah. So, oh no, it's come up with a. There's also a cocktail bar in Glasgow called the Alchemist. So I'll put that the details in the comments. So yeah, man. What's coming up next then? What's happening? And what can people expect from you after? Hopefully we'll get some live gigs in the UK. That'd be amazing. We've got Brooklyn on the November 29th.
Yeah, November 29th, man, in Brooklyn. And as far as what's coming up, man, you mean like projects or you mean
just projects, just in general. What's next?
Oh man, I never disclose my projects. I'm definitely working though. I'm always working, man. I'm in the middle of mixing a new project right now. So, but yeah, I always got to stay working, man. Especially if you're independent, man. It's how we put food on the table, man. It's how we put clothes on our kids' backs, man. So,
can you disclose? Sorry, can I ask you if you can disclose? I'm drinking a cup of tea. I don't normally drink tea, but I'm drinking a cup of tea, and it's reminded me of someone saying that people in the United States don't have kettles. Can you confirm or deny these rumors?
Tea kettle?
For a kettle tea. Yeah, a kettle.
Yeah, we got tea kettles, man.
I have to just microwave the tea.
I don't think it's really a standard thing no more, but people got them shits here and there.
No, I'm pretty sure there's a kettle in my house somewhere, man. I don't think we used it, but there's probably one. I think everyone gets one when they get married or some shit like that, man. Everybody has one.
It's somewhere in the crib.
But I don't think anybody really uses it. You know what I'm saying?
Does no one drink tea, or do you use microwave the tea?
Yeah,
I think in the States, man, I think it's probably coffee over tea. In the States, I'm assuming the majority drink coffee over tea, but those who drink tea, I think they probably use packets and dip it in the hot water and
boil it. It's not
nobody really.
It's
microwaving tea. It's outrageous. Okay, anyway, Bronze Nazareth, what you got coming up next?
Hey, I'm gonna keep rolling, man. I got a solo coming up that produced by my brother Kevlar 7, R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
I got Kurt Solid coming off Black Day in July again. Working on the album with Bodie James. So we cooking over here, man. But that's all I'm gonna let out the bag right now, man.
Nice one. Well, thank you very much, man. If anyone is listening to this in audio podcast or watching it on YouTube or whatever, I just want to recommend it 100%. It took me back. I could feel the nostalgia. The words and the beats paint very clear pictures, and it took me on a nice trip, and I'm looking forward to listening to it again later on tonight and tomorrow and next week. I think it's going to be one of those ones that's going to be played a lot over the year and the years to come. So congratulations on making a classic, guys. It's a pleasure to have you back on the show, and I hopefully speak to you soon.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you having us. Definitely.
ICT Radio, man.
Well, yeah.
Word up.
Thank you. Take it easy. Apollo Brown, Bronze Nazareth. Thank you. Take it easy, guys. Incredible stuff. Go and check out the album, escapismrecordings.com. Get yourself some vinyl. Get yourself some CDs. Get yourself a cassette. It's a brilliant album. And also, Jackal Trades, obituary on the 11th of October at Slay. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. This has been You Call That Radio. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening to it as an audio podcast, then just go and listen to another one. That is all. Bye.